Well, after watching them on film, they play extremely hard. They're definitely going to be up for the game. Um, they run a lot of sets, so we're going to have to defend. We're going to have to talk and communicate on the floor, and then I'm sure they'll throw us a wrinkle here or there defensively. Whether they play a little bit of seeing them on tape, they played man and 2-3 zone, but wouldn't surprise me they wouldn't trap a little bit. Try some other things to get us out of our comfort level.
Go ahead.
How's your team finals week? What was your plan this week, and how have they kind of responded? And is that always kind of a worry, your first game out of?
Well, to me, every game's a worry. It don't matter if it's final week or not. We haven't been having great practice. I'll be honest with you. I've been trying to put some new wrinkles in myself, and needless to say, the concentration has not been there this week. But we'll be okay. We have enough players. Again, that's the great thing about being deep. I'll find 5 or 6 players that are focused, ready to play, and we'll be okay.
Just mentioned, they'll do some things to try to take you out of the game. Well, obviously that's what anybody tries to do in a game, but you've had those problems this year. You've found solutions, obviously, to still get the win. But is that concerning, this far into the season, despite the fact that you haven't gotten into conference games yet, that people are able to sort of dictate the way that you play, and you have to find different ways than what you may have necessarily gone into the game planning?
Well, as coaches, we're always looking for a way to take a team out of the game. So, that's great. The more they can show us non-conference, the better, in my opinion. We'd love to see everything non-conference, and that way when we get in the conference, we're used to it, and we've seen it, and we know how to adjust to it, and how to attack it. So, that's not a big thing. It's really not. And, we do the same thing defensively. Sometimes we let people shoot. Sometimes we don't let people shoot. Sometimes we double people. Sometimes we don't double people. It depends on the individual and the scout. So, that's just what teams do, and that's what coaches do. So the more we can see, the better going into conference play.
How's Asia handled it, though? Is she learning too? And
she's frustrated. Asia's frustrated a little bit. We're all frustrated a little bit, but that's just it just says what type of player she is. When teams go in and say, "Hey, we're going to try to take Asia Bussey out of the game. We're going to double and triple team her. We're going to drop off people and go double Asia Bussey because we want to make other people beat you," and that's what people do. Hopefully our guards and people can step up and still hit shots. But, eventually people are going to have to guard everybody.
You don't think you'll see that in the conference?
No, I think in the Big 12 they think their post player can guard our post player, to be honest with you. They have great post players also. It's when you play some of these teams don't have a lot of height and that type of stuff is when you see all these junk defenses and that type of stuff. So, but again, somebody may throw it on us, so we're used to it. We know how to, my philosophy on that always is let's not stand out and shoot threes if we're not hitting them. Even though they're sagging and they're doing that, if you're hitting your threes, shoot them all day. I don't care. If we're not hitting our threes, we got to find another way. We got to move the ball, got to reverse the ball. At least got to get it inside out a little bit. If she's got to come out of the paint, and then we got to attack the rim and not settle for threes and draw fouls. So those are things we've been able to work with in practice also.
With just this game and getting down to Charleston, a different part of the state that different fans can come and see you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always good to get to Charleston and like you said, get some fans that don't normally come to our games have an opportunity to see us play. So, everybody asked me. I was called yesterday from a newspaper person from the Huntington area, and the question was such a rival. And I've said this since I've been here. It's really not a rival to me. It's just another game. We have an opportunity to go play in Charleston, in front of our fans down there. Marshall's never done anything to me, so I've always been friends with their coaches and that type of stuff. And our players, most of our players, well, every player on our team right now is from out of state, so they really don't know about the rival. I mean, I can stand there and tell them about the rival, but that quite frankly, they don't really care. It's another game. It's a game we need to go win. It's a game that we need to go, do what we do.